happening? Really been working on my hair all day. I just got out of the shower. Whatever. I got to cut this shit off. I like it when I don't have any hair because then I don't have to comb it or dry it or freaking mess with it. Like Woody Woodpecker. All right. I got no notification. Damn commie tube. I just went live and it's not really scheduled till 5 or 6:50. So it's 6:48. So we're a little early. Howdy. I have no idea. Oh, I got to start my timer. Alexa, set timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
I got to limit these bad boys. Ah, what happened? I lost you for a while. What's happening, Gun Pete? Gun people. I'm thinking most people that come to my live know I'm saying gun. But I still got people saying, man, I thought you were saying young or dumb or how's it going, people? Hey, gun people. Hey, gun people. All right. Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm waiting on a freaking, what the hell is that? Virtual hug, elbow bump. You got this. Yo, Brianna, what's up? I dated a girl. Her daughter was Brianna. That's why I remember that name. She was freaking buck wild too. Anyway, I digress. Let's see. Where we at here? Hey, gun people. Doing the end of society prep. End of society prep. Does that mean it's the end of the world as we know it? Look at this freaking hair. It is out of control. It's drying, so it'll calm down in a minute. Sometimes when I jump out of the shower, it takes a second to dry and decide where it's going to lay. All right. Hit the likes. Man, I wish people would like my video. I had like 11,000 views on one of my videos, and I had like 500 likes. And I'm like, even if 50% of the people went, he puts in time, I don't agree with him, he's kind of an asshole, you think they'd throw me a like once in a while. But 9,000 views and I had like less than 500 likes. I'm like, what the? And I guess that's why people say you got to ask, you got to remind them or they don't do it. Hey, remember to like and subscribe. Remember to like my video. Make sure you press the like button. I just hate doing that shit. But damn, the guys that do it must pay off because I don't get no damn likes. I'm thinking YouTube's messing with your likes. Well, that could be true because I do have people coming back saying, dude, I liked your video and I came back and my like was gone. I'm like, you motherfucker, YouTube mother. Just got done watching a cake bake. Dude, that cake is freaking scrumptious too. I had a piece this morning with my coffee and then I had one after lunch. I didn't eat lunch till like 2. But anyway, I was like, damn, I gotta try and give that shit away to the next door or something so I can get rid of it. I keep that shit in the house, I'll freaking be eating it. Feels like licking leg. What? Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, does comment work? I don't want people just commenting. I mean, I read all my comments because I'm hopefully getting some transfer of energy, getting some feedback on what I'm doing wrong. Every once in a while, I find out if I made a mistake. It's not very often. I'm pretty much right all the time. But every once in a while, somebody will tell me I made a mistake and I get to correct it. So that's good. Or they'll inform me of something that changed that I didn't know. Like the guy that sent me the, where is that? Let me share this. I'm gonna upload this and put a link so everybody can see it. But this is what Texas cops are learning on the thing. And I mean, it's pretty clear. You go to the threat. You don't screw around and plan or take advice from Officer Tate. I kind of been giving him shit lately. I kind of feel bad because the guy believes what he believes. And I mean, I can't believe he's not backing down a little bit from his position. And you know, people are telling me, dude, he's doubling down. And then somebody told me today that he called that mom an idiot for going in and getting her kid. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know him that well, but the few limited contacts I had with him, dude, he seemed like a pretty good dude. And now I'm hearing that and I didn't go watch the video because everybody's like, man, you got to watch the video. And I don't want to get into a war to where I'm just going to go there and counterpoint him. And because that's just disruptive. I mean, if somebody wants to make a point and comment, that's fine. But you don't want to get into wars. And I don't want to be a pain in his ass. But if he said that woman was freaking wrong, and I think they said he called her an asshole or something really rude. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. Now, I can definitely see cops being pissed off because a mom broke their barricade, went in and saved their kids, and now the media is making her look better than us because we look like shit, because we were cowards, because we hid. I can see the cops that were there doing that, but why would he? How can you make a mom that loves her kids so much that she's going to bust through, subject herself to arrest, and push through, climb a fence to save her kids, and somehow you make her into a jerk or an asshole? Dude, Tate, I don't know what's up with you, dude, but you got to give up the blue freaking sucker that you keep licking on, because that's just wrong if he did that. And hey, anybody I crack on, cops, firemen, if I get something wrong, feel free to come here and tell me, okay? I don't mind debating or arguing. I don't want to debate every swinging dick that says you're an asshole and all that shit. But if I tackle a topic like Tatum and he wants to come on at any time, knock yourself out. DA Jeff Reisig, that weasel piece of shit, he's welcome to come on anytime. We'll debate right on freaking live. He won't. He's a weaselly freaking pussy-ass politician hiding behind his office. But anyway, anybody the judge that I cracked on, if she wants to come on and defend why she signed a freaking warrant with the wrong name, I'll be more than happy to talk to her online, live, and she can state her case. Any of the Texas Rangers that are out there that think I'm being unfair and what I'm saying is untrue and I've got it all wrong, feel free to come on. See, to me, the people that won't come on and defend their position, it just really shows a lack of either confidence in your position or you know you're freaking wrong and there is no defense. But hey, whatever. So anyway, back to this thing. This pretty much gives the learning objective. This is exactly, I was kind of surprised for the person. I don't want to dime out the person that did it. So if anybody's looking to rat him out, I've already deleted his name and email and I don't even know who did it. So if you ask me, I can't remember and I don't know. And it's just deleted. So there. And I wouldn't see why this would be confidential, but you know, cops can get anal sometime. When I found out that my chief was dogging one of my lieutenants and talking big shit, saying he was under investigation, blah, blah, and he did it through a freaking email to all the other investigators at SAC DA's office. So Yolo and Sacramento and was the other neighboring county, Solano. There was one other county. So they would all kind of talk, communicate. The chiefs would all share information, blah, blah, blah. So this chief sends an email to the Sacramento chief investigator dogging my lieutenant, who it was all fucking lies, trying to get him discredited because he's the one that told me about Reisig hiding that evidence. So they were pissed at him. So they sent this email over there, and my buddy who worked at SAC DA emails me and go, dude, we just got a freaking email about Skaggs and it was scathing. I go, get the fuck out. I said, send it to me. And I kind of think he kind of pushed out a little bit because he had asked his lieutenant if he could send it. And I kind of expected him to just send it. And the fact he asked the lieutenant tells me that if his lieutenant had said no, he wouldn't have sent it, which I thought was kind of bullshit. But he's always been kind of a team player kind of guy. So I get it. But he's not like he's trying to promotion. He's a couple years from retirement. What did he care if he gave me a freaking email that they sent out publicly? I would erase his name. I erased all the shit. They never knew. I never told them how I got it. But anyway, he sends me this freaking email. And then I erased all the tracking and IP as much as I could. And then I recopied it to a thing. And then I recopied it to the email before I sent it to my buddy. So there'd be no way that they could come back and track it without coming to me. And then I'd tell them, suck my dick. I don't give a shit. But whatever. I digress. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. So anyway, I sent him my lieutenant. My lieutenant ends up suing him and gets like 70-something grand from the lawsuit because of that, because he sent it out. But it's just some cops, they're just, you know, they want to defend that and they're kind of in there. And I mean, to me, if my boss sent out something inappropriate, I ain't asking him if I can share it. And I ain't asking my boss if I mind if I share it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Don't send it to me. Don't say it. I mean, why is it so hard for people just to be who they are and just stand up for right. And, you know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm right all the time, but I stand up for what I believe is right. If it turns out I'm wrong, well, then screw it. We all make mistakes. But I stand up, for, especially when it's something like morally right. And I don't even know how the hell I got on that comment, but whatever. Anyway, I start talking about stupid shit. Cool hair. I just watched it, dude. It's going to lay down in a minute. Most guys don't even probably know who Woody Woodpecker is. He was a violent cartoon character that was going to make us all crazy. A lot of guys are saying they hit like before the video nowadays. Yeah, and some people told me that YouTube is starting not to count those likes. I mean, I don't. YouTube's algorithms is so freaking cutthroat. You know, how does a guy that don't know shit about police work get millions of viewers, you know, like, well, I won't name any. There's a couple of names that I want to name, but I won't. And whatever. Where are we at here? Shit. I got way behind on my comment. Rick embraced the bald. I'm not bald. I mean, I'm losing my hair. I've always had a receding hairline. But I don't think I would say I'm bald. I mean, but if you want to call me bald, that's okay. Actually, when I cut my hair really short and I look bald, kind of makes it to where I can be an asshole and I feel like it's okay. Because when I'm bald, it's like, it's okay if I'm an asshole. I got to kind of be nice because I have hair. So as soon as I shave, I get to like start hitting people with batons and freaking running them off the road, just being a raving maniac. And everybody's like, oh, it's okay. He's bald. I mean, it's code of the bald, right? All right. Rick, why are you always picking on? It's possible it would have been actual domestic terrorist. No shit. Rick is subbed to ass. Yeah, sure I am. Sure I am. That freaking idiot. I can't even do it. I mean, he's so stupid. Every once in a while, somebody sends me a video, and evidently he's got some bald dude that is an ex-cop or something that kind of like validates him. And because he's got no street cred whatsoever. And I guess that kind of validates him if he's got a bald cop standing next to him that he knows what he's talking about. So if I can get any idiot, let's see, if I want to play a doctor on the internet, as long as I have a dude in a white coat that says he's a doctor, then I got street cred. That's how it works, right? Okay, I got it. I actually like bald. Some women do. I mean, you know, Rick has bad hair. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys are cracking on my hair. I'm going to go put a damn hat on. It will not. It just fluffs up till it dries out. And if I'm shit, I'm out here in the country. My horses don't care what my hair looks like. I don't comb my hair. I put a hat on 90% of the time. I got hat head. I got bed head, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's not like I'm out here trying. I got to go see my horses. Let me comb my hair so I look nice for them. All right. People, get off of failure. I don't know how our country got to. You know what? We got to the point because we used to be a country of the cream rise to the top. Everything was standards. If you didn't meet the standard, you were shunned. You were pushed down. You weren't promoted. If you were a hobo or a bum, they didn't put up with that. They didn't make excuses. I heard some freaking woman. What did she say the other day? Oh, my God. It was a 911 call. I was watching some video, and a woman calls 911. And instead of saying it's a homeless person, she says, yes, there is a man under the bridge that is he doesn't have a house. He's a houseless person. Because I guess homeless now is bad. And it have never. So now we have to say houseless. Can I say lack of government assistant man? Can I say lack of a renting apartment man? No. Homeless is now bad. Used to be, man, if you were a hobo or bum, you were shunned. They didn't encourage it. They looked down on you. They would say, go get a job. Don't come in here begging. Don't shit on our streets. Don't hang out in our, move along. I mean, there were literally vagrancy laws. I don't know if there's any state that has a vagrancy law anymore. If you didn't have money and an ID in your pocket, you were arrested. Now, I know people are going to think that was a police state, but cops back then weren't running around trying to arrest people. Cops used that law for what it was intended. It was intended so homeless couldn't come around and bug people who work and live in a community and trash the neighborhood and dig through trash cans and throw trash everywhere and shit and piss on the streets and be a freaking bum. That's what the law was designed for. It gave law enforcement a tool to deal with a specific problem. Now, all those tools and laws are not to deal with problems. It's for law enforcement to look for a problem, to make a problem, to justify. We have to have 1,400 cops so we have a standing army Well, when they're not doing their standing army shit, what are they going to do? Well, we have to have them enforce laws. We have to make traffic stops. We have to justify. I mean, any cop that tells you not quotas is just bullshit. Every department I work for, if you didn't have activity, there was a problem. Now, if you're not working in an area where you're not out there making stops, that's okay. Like when we were on task forces, they didn't care about writing tickets. You know, if we were stopping or following people and we would make traffic stops, that wasn't a big deal. But our country just used to be, we promoted and hired, and there was no sympathy hiring. Everybody wasn't a victim. A matter of fact, being a victim was looked down. It was like, get over it. Don't be a victim. Being a victim was a bad thing. Now it's a badge of honor. I'm a single mom. I don't have this. I'm homeless. I use drugs. It's not my fault. I have a drug problem. I have this. It's not my fault. Everything is someone else's fault. Please help me. I'm at the wrong color. I don't know what bathroom to use. Oh my God. Somebody help me. I'm a victim. And everybody's like, oh, we need to help him. Let's spend government money. That's how we got to where we're at. It didn't used to be that way. But, and I know there'll be some freaking little liberals here. I've gotten quite a few liberals making comments on my gun thing because I'm promoting guns. And they're like, yeah, like every kid should have an AR-15. You guys are idiots. And I'm just like, you got to be one. I can't even respond to you. You're so stupid. So Houston, Texas. Ass. Preaching to the choir. Need a cool Texas DV. You know what? I don't know. I don't have a tan hat like that. I've got quite a few cowboy. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3. I probably got 3 or 4 cowboy hats, but none of them look like DPS. Let's see. I finally got freshly flunked. Look, what? Rick got that. Look, I got bedhead. So I loved when my girlfriend had bedhead. she had a little t-shirt on, looking all nappy-headed, freaking shit going everywhere, frizzy, no clay. It'd be like, yo, baby, what's up? That was a good time. You be looking like we just had a good time. All right, let me try not to get this banned from freaking monetization. See if I can get one live video to where I don't have to get a message from YouTube. Your video was deemed user-friendly or blah, blah, blah. Howdy from North Carolina. Look at that cute little smile. KC Cooper. KC Cooper. Wasn't that a car? Was there a car, Cooper? The KC Cooper? I thought there was a car like that. The rainbow is the sorcery. Nice picture, dude. Actually, I bet those little kids would have been glad to have a gun. Oh, of course they would have. And they would probably use it better than freaking, teachers that don't have guns. It's just bullshit. I can't believe Amazon pisses me off. I haven't posted a video yet, but my freaking doorknob, I hate coming here bitching about my problems. I open my back door, and when I open it, the freaking doorknob comes off my hand. I'm like, what the and I can't open the door. I'm holding the doorknob in my hand. I'm like, what the? And so I look at it. I'm like, where's the hell? There should be a screw or something. I looked, there's a little empty hole, and I went, shit, there's no set screw. And then it took a couple seconds, and then it triggered about a week or so ago. I found this little set screw. I didn't know what it was from. It was by the door. And I was like, and I normally keep everything. I'm like, you know what? I'll probably need this someday. I'll keep it. I remember finding that piece of shit and go, I'll probably drop that in one of the projects that I was doing. Shit, I ain't used it by now. I probably won't need it. I threw that something. I threw it away. And so now, a week later, when I can't open my freaking door because the handle's cut off my hand, so I have to order a freaking 400 pack of set screws in order to get possibly the right set screw for that. I mean, I guess I could have took it to the store and said, set this, and it might have been quicker, but I got it and they said it'd be here today. So I was like, okay, this happened 2 days ago. I'll wait till Saturday. I'll get it. Oh, it'll be here by 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or noon. Then it changed to 2. Then it changed to 3:45. Now it's at 6:45. And now what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. And let's see what they changed it. Oh, now it's arriving by 10. I mean, I hate when freaking Amazon does that shit. Keep me watching the damn thing like, I'm waiting to get overrun and shit all day. Come on, man. I want to set that damn door because I'm still, every time I open it, I cuss myself out because I forget it. So like 5 times a day, it's like, shit, or I'm in a hurry and I'm already walking and going forward and the handle comes off, the door doesn't open. So I bang my damn head on the door. I'm like, ah! That was a good cake. I had my sister. I told my sister. I said, "Hey, watch that thing and see if I screwed up," because that's the first time. And her first directions were really. She's a great cook, but she's not. I'm kind of technically methodical, and when I explain something, making lesson plans and teaching things, and I'm very. You got to make it by the numbers. I want it so everybody. There shouldn't be questions. So when she sent me her first thing, I'm like. She said, follow the directions on the box. And she said, add 4 eggs. And I'm like, add 4 eggs on top or just add 1? I said, she must be meaning 1 egg. But I had to call and tell her. And there was like 4 or 5 little things like that I had to call and go, when you said that, what were you talking? And then she'd explain it. And then when she said that, and then I read the directions because she didn't say that you don't make the pudding. She just said, she goes, add the pudding and the pineapple juice. And if you didn't watch the cake video, you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there was some confusion. So hopefully I made the recipe a little bit more by the numbers because I had a whole bunch of questions and I answered all the ones I had, but maybe someone else have questions. If they do, I'll modify it. It's on Google Docs. All right, where are we at here? Before I forget, if you got Amazon Prime, my buddy, one of my cop buddies, told me to watch this series called Boys. It's on his 3rd series now. I kind of saw it in the background. I saw him kind of pushing it, but it just kind of looked stupid to me. Superhero company, some bullshit. I was just like, I don't know why that looks like shit. So I'm talking to my buddy the other night, and he's like, dude, you got to watch it. I go, dude, are you serious? It looked like it was. He goes, dude, it's a company that makes superheroes, and they have like 7 people, like a dude that can burn and can fly, another dude that is invincible, a woman who can freaking blind you. She's got light. And so he goes, it's got all these crazy things. And this company makes mint. They make mint because they stop all the crime. So they have cities pay to have one of these guys hang out in the city and they stop all the crime and they're heroes. But he goes, it's really bloody and really gory. And he goes, they've got some horrific blow up and guts scenes. And he goes, there's a lot of sex in it. And he goes, there's a lot of good looking women. And I go, oh shit, you had me at a lot of sex. So I was like, okay. I said, I'll give it a chance. I'm on my 3rd episode. That shit is freaking funny. Now, he told me a couple episodes in season 3, but we'll see how that goes. All right, what happened? Hurricane Man threw up a big yellow flag on my comments. Our government in Ohio is trying to make it so teachers can carry, and people are freaking out. Yeah, I don't get it. If teachers can go through a background. I thought Texas did that. That's why I'm kind of surprised. Keep looking at my head. I'm surprised that I bet there are schools in Texas where people are carrying. Let's see. Red flag, legal. Red flag is horrible. I just can't believe that anybody would agree with that. That is going to be, even the ATF, I posted where they went on freaking Twitter and asked exes to turn in their exes on Valentine's Day if they did something wrong, and we'll go get them if they, I forgot what it was. If they had an illegal gun or if they had illegal ammo or you want to get your ex, we'll go get them or some shit. That is basically what red flags are done there. Anybody can turn in anybody and call. It's going to be abused. It's going to be out of control. Government's going to exempt themselves. Anybody that doesn't understand how bad a red, and again, everything a government comes up with always sounds good at the moment. Oh yeah, if we just get all the guns, you'll be safe. And idiots believe it. And oh yeah, if we just allow any neighbor or ex-friend or somebody you cut off on a highway that can call and report the police, they can get an armed squad to come at your house and charge you. And then if you defend yourself or if the police do something stupid and you don't know they're the cops and you shoot back, you'll be dead. That's a great idea. We should have everybody. You know what? I'm all for it. Let's just start calling in all the criminals. Hey, man, they got fucking guns. I saw them with guns. I heard shots fired. Why don't we just freaking start doing that right now to show them what red flag laws are? It's freaking bullshit. It's going to be abused, and I just can't believe anybody would think that was a good idea. All the boys, man, dude, you're going to like it. Here's the one he told me. I'll give you the edited version of what happened in season 3. because they all have different, and each series, I guess they have new people they're making new. There's some chemical that you shoot up or something. I don't know. But anyway, this company's like really rich. They're running the world with these superheroes. But there is a little guy superhero that can make himself really small. And so there's a scene to where he has let's just say a guy who likes rainbow flags. That is a regular size guy. And he tells them to jump up his poo-poo hole. I'm trying to be nice. So the little guy jumps up and he goes, when he sneezes, he becomes full size. So after he jumps up the guy, he says he sneezes while he's in there. And he says he kills the guy. And he goes, he blows up and there's nothing but peace. He goes, this is a great scene. I was like, dude, that sounds freaking liberal left wing. Now, I will say it is kind of liberal left wing, the gay, the multicultural, everything, you know. It's anything that Netflix does. And I don't know if it's Netflix or Amazon, but the first 3 episodes are pretty good. I kind of like it. There's some pretty good scenes to where, dude, one dude runs really fast. He took some drugs. He ran so fast, he ran into a lady standing on the road. A dude was holding his hands, about to ask her to marry him. And when he hit her, they slowed it down. And she literally looked like you shot a can with a high-powered rifle. And if you ever shot a can, it just explodes. And it's very, very small mist everywhere. That's what her body did, her complete body, and they slowed it down. So there was blood and body parts. I was just like, holy shit, that's some pretty good photography or special effects. So, and there's a couple other things that I saw, but I think if you've got a kind of a sick sense of humor, which probably most of my guys do, and you're not too wimpy and you don't run around getting offended, I think you'll probably like it. It's entertainment value. But I'm on season 1, episode 3. All right, where are we at here? I had Prime, canceled my auto renewal back in April, and I chose to pause the description option. I'm still betting Prime delivery. You're still getting, I think you mean, Prime delivery. Good. Let them give it to you. Piece of shit. Thin blue line. Those colors don't run into schools. Is that what it into schools? Gangs is. Let's see here. The feds aren't coming here to take shit. Oh, nice hand signals. What does that mean? That's the hand signal you see this guy giving is a military signal to go that way. So if we were going this way, that's what we do in a military, to go that way. That's not an obscene gesture. I don't want somebody to get offended. He's just telling you, as a squad military operation movement, to go this way. You got it? I don't want anybody coming here crying. His picture offended me. Hardcore vegan wolf quarter pounder with cheese. Oh, speaking of quarter pounder with cheese, I don't eat a lot of burgers. I can't remember the last time I went to a burger joint. I just don't eat a whole bunch of burgers. So they had White Castle burgers. I'm online doing my little Walmart shopping, so they drop it off. And I saw White Castle burger pop up. And they've got a little box of White Castle burgers, 6 of them. You get 6 little bitty burgers, and they come in 2 packs. And I was like, you know what? I haven't had White Castle burger in freaking years. I didn't even know they're still around. I mean, that's an old company. If you never had a White Castle burger, they used to be like the best. Well, let me tell you something. Those freaking little box things, I wish I had never tried it, because now I freaking love them. They come in 2. They're frozen. If you keep them in the freezer, they don't turn out quite as good if you stick them right in a microwave, because you got to cook them a little bit longer. But if you put them in a refrigerator, they're good for 10 days. Thaw them out. When you put those in the microwave, 2 of them for 30 seconds on each side, you wrap it in a paper towel, 30 seconds on one side, then flip it over 30 seconds. Dude, those come out like freaking they were just made at the freaking store. They are so freaking good. I was like, holy shit. That's all I need is more damn shit food that tastes good. So now I got freaking White Castle burgers in my freaking refrigerator that I'm trying to avoid eating. All right, who's going to confiscate guns? Oh, they will confiscate them. They'll look, you got to remember, I mean, when the cops come to get guns, it's not going to be some guy knocking on my door. You know, I was talking to another buddy of mine who was talking about his plans for if they came to his door. And I was like, dude, you're planning on a couple dudes, because where he lives, he said they've only got a 4-man police force in this place. I mean, 4 officers ain't taking my motherfucking gun. I go, dude, they're not coming to your house to take your gun with 4 people. I said, they're going to ask for mutual aid. They'll have DPS, the state troopers, Texas State, freaking the sheriff's department, the PD, local PD. They're not going to come with 3 or 4 dudes to take guns. they're going to come with such overwhelming force. Same way when they hit raids. We don't go try to do a raid on a freaking, gang house with guns and drugs, and we got felony warrants in there and murder warrants and all that shit, and we're going to go with 2 or 3 people. It ain't going to happen. You bring in the freaking cavalry. So when they come to get guns, they're going to bring the cavalry. But, you're going to have plan around that. Don't be planning for 2 or 3 people. They make meth. Who makes meth? Is what the superheroes would be like. Yeah, the superheroes are they kind of like wear little capes, and it shows them doing their really fast things. Like I said, I've only seen 3 episodes, but if you're asking, what are they? They're like real life superhero. Like the guy who's, I think they call him Mr. America or Captain. It's not Captain America, but it's almost Captain America. And he flies. He's got a cape made out of a flag, and he has the laser vision. And they're pretty ruthless. I mean, they're not heroes at all. They're freaking brutal, drug using, raping each other, intimidating, using their powers for bad shit. But the company that runs them is all about image, and they charge all these places and tell people they're going to be safe if you keep our hero in your area. So they charge the government of the area if they want a superhero. And the more popular the superhero, the better. And the superheroes endorse everything. Everybody wants them. They've got all this line. It's all about corporate greed because they have a monopoly on the superheroes who can stop the crime. And now I'm just getting into it, but it sounds like the military, the superhero company wants the military to do away with their weapons program and only adopt their superheroes. So they want to get into the war machine. And they're both kind of fighting. Senators who fight don't last too long so far. All right. Hey, everyone. Ukraine freedom. Oh, I heard something else today about Ukraine. Evidently, popularity has gone down. The news people is covering them 22% less than we were. But it's still, if they interviewed everybody, and still over 60% of the people think that we should be doing more. I'm like, really? Are those the same 60% idiots that voted for freaking oatmeal chin Biden? People think we gave them more money than the entire annual budget for the military for Russia. I mean, it's just crazy how much money we gave them. And we're still he just gave $700 million yesterday. This is the largest freaking money laundering scheme I've ever seen in my life done right out in plain view. And people are like, yeah, Ukraine, freedom, they're fighting good. Yeah, they're heroes. Yeah, they're going to help us. It's going to make our country great. Meanwhile, half freaking Americans can't keep an illegal off property, can't keep guns, drugs, fentanyl, can't keep kids safe in school. We can't produce enough ammo for regular people to have ammo. We can't do shit in this freaking country. Gas through the roof, diesels through the roof, freaking groceries through the roof. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let's give another $700 million on top of the $58 billion to Ukraine because it's so important that they what? It's just crazy. I'm tattooing Ukraine on my screen. Yankee, the boys. Oh, so Yankees watched it. I haven't. Nobody told me about it. Let's see. I sold my cracked baby formula. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, baby formula. People can't feed their babies. Another crisis that Biden is blaming on Putin. Freaking Putin taking baby formula. That mother Putin baby formula stealing piece of shit. Probably Trump helped him. Yeah, that'll flash. Headlines tomorrow. Boys is funny as hell. The Shrinking Man episode made me laugh my ass off. See, I haven't seen that one yet because that's in episode 3, and I wanted to watch it in line. My buddy was like, dude, he goes, I couldn't quit laughing. That was the funniest damn thing. It is backdoor gun confiscation. It absolutely is because it allows the government to ignore the Constitution. The government is always looking for ways to get around that Constitution. The Constitution restricts government. Government hates being restricted. Government thinks they're smarter than everybody. Government hates working for the people. Government hates reporting to the people. Government hates being transparent to the people. The government hates the people. The government loves the government. It's all government. It's not just ours. It's not because the government slept with my wife and I hate the government because every time I hate somebody's got to tell me they slept with my wife. It's not that. It's just history. government in power that is unchecked, that has all the power and all the money and all the ability to stomp on people, to lock people up, to take away their freedoms, to engage in wars, to shoot people unarmed and say, I thought they had a cell phone. I mean, it's just crazy how much power government has. And we got people, oh, man, government's good. You just hate government because they slept with your wife. Freaking idiots. Let's see. Canada is only a nightmare. Canada ain't got no damn pistols anymore. I can't believe they're going that shit. You know, and Australia is like warning everybody. Australia says, dude, once they get your guns, they don't give a shit what you think. Well, no shit. I knew that before they took Australia's gun. I knew that before the UK, lost their guns. I mean, the UK never really had the ability to own guns. I don't know how they did that. I think it was because they just always had a tyrannical king and queen, and they still hang on to their queen. So they like that royal blood. They believe in a concept that because you're born into something, somehow you're smart and better, kind of like our Clintons and Bushes and Obamas and, all the people that want to be kings here, they'll buy Biden's. Yeah, all of them. It's the same freaking thing. So in Britain, because you've had kings and queens and peasants, and they've never gotten rid of it, peasants were never really allowed to own guns, which is why when we threw the redcoats' sorry ass out, we wrote a constitution that said everybody can have the right to have a gun and the government shall not infringe. Not may not, might. It's not really absolute. They can sometimes. Not under certain circumstances they can. Shall not infringe. The founders were clear because they knew that is the first thing they were. Actually, the second thing. Normally, they try to control speech because the people that control the information win. And the government's already working on through social media, controlling speech, censorship of speech. And the government controls the freaking left-wing media, so they control the narrative, and they hide and they lie, and no one else can find it. And if anybody else does find it, you have the truth police that work for the government come out telling you, oh, that's fake news. We got to take it down. You can't say that. So there's no alternative view. Meanwhile, government gains more power on the First Amendment every day, and they're attacking the Second. There is a reason the founders put 1 and 2 where they are, because they are the first two that government will attack. And without the second, you will not have the first. Anybody that thinks you have, look at the UK. They give you a ticket. I think you go to jail. If you say something negative on a Muslim, you go to jail. Yeah, that's free speech. Good job, UK. Man, you guys are good. You guys are the redcoats. I love it when UK people come here and go, you Americans with your guns, it's just crazy. Shut up, you freaking idiot. You can't even say something bad without your government putting you in jail, and you're complaining because we got guns? Stay your ass across the pond. How about that? Don't record my kids. The N-word. What type of people who use the N-word as an excuse? The N-word, all that shit, whatever. Barry is a dope. I sold my crack for Ukraine. All right, I already get into that one. Let me go down to my new comments. Look at Russia. You come up missing. Look at Russia. What the what? I have no idea what the hell that means. UK shit corrupt country. No, they're really good. They have like loudspeakers that play prayer music. UK is really good. And it's wonderful. Without the second, we have no teeth of any of the rights. That's true. Look, there is a reason that government looks at every opportunity to restrict gun ownership, whether it's this bad gun or that gun's too long or the short barrel on a shotgun or that one fires too fast or that bullet's too big or that one holds too many bullets or whatever the reason, government will always attack lawful gun owners. And we got pussy-ass politicians who have people with guns guarding them who will never fight for the people. They just forget their freaking oath. Might be too late. We're heading away Australia. Yeah, I know. It's Rick. But Chu said, who's Chu? Kendra, who's Chu? Rick, you should check out Rakika Law. He does Second Amendment for lawyer standpoint of view. He hits nail on the head. He seemed like a pretty good guy. I've watched him. I watched him doing, what trial was he covering? We were covering some trial at the same time. And then somebody said he wanted me to come on. And then I emailed him and he never responded back. So he's kind of on my shit list, but he may have not got it because I know it's busy when you're on a channel. But I just jumped to the conclusion because most lawyers are a piece of shit that he was a piece of shit. But anyway, I digress. He does seem like he covers shit pretty good. Let's see. Bootlickers suck. You see Epic Times article, Obama-funded NGA helped steal the election. 2,000 Mules doc. Really? Yeah, I don't. They're really censoring 2,000 Mules. I mean, they're taking it down left and right because the guy who did it wants his money. So all the links to that I found and that I copied and tried to give it, if you don't watch it when I post it, it could disappear quickly. That's the first video that Bitchute has ever taken down, was the 2,000 Mules. I've posted all my shit from YouTube, and I posted shit that I haven't put on YouTube. I even posted the New Zealand shooting where he filmed himself shooting all those people. And Bitchute's the only place that has not taken that down. Let's see here. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Bootlickers from Moldavia. I thought that was a liquor. Moldavia liquor in Moldavia? Moldova? Isn't that a liquor? Liquor? I nearly killed her. Excuse me, Miss Gore, but these amendments are not absolute. Yeah, I know. Freaking piece of shit. Why in the world does anybody need? It's not about fucking need. Shit, there's the F word. It's not about need. It's about freaking being American. Freedom. The government I shouldn't have to tell the government why I need anything. It's none of their damn business. Limited government. I don't give a shit why somebody wants it. It's their right to have it, and it's not government's right to infringe on it. Freaking until these pieces of shit learn, LEO's brass more than likely considered a fallout liability allows someone into a dangerous situation. Hey, I'll tell you another case that's pretty bad right now. Wait till they wipe out the third. Here, and I think I have it pulled up somewhere, but maybe I can search it real quick. Who's the dude that escaped in Texas again? Escaped convict. We'll just go try that. Or maybe escaped prisoner. Convicted murderer escapes. All right, I know I don't like CNN, but they're the only ones that doesn't freaking try to spam me with bullshit when I go to it. So don't be coming here telling me I watch CNN, so I'm a dumbass. All right. So 3 weeks ago, this guy was out. I never heard shit about this. Maybe they put it out and I never heard it. I think they hid it. They're transporting this dude in a bus. He somehow gets a knife, gets out of his handcuffs somehow. This is government at its finest. I mean, the government failure in Texas is just like overwhelming right now. And people will be like, oh, it's just a bad time. No, it's not. They're just usually better at hiding it. But the more incompetent government gets, the harder it is to control and hide your incompetence. And the incompetence is so rampant and widespread that we're seeing it more. People will be like, oh, man, that's really bad luck. Normally, I thought they were good. Normally, it's not. You keep hiring and promoting incompetence, it's going to start showing its ugly head, and people are going to die. So this guy breaks out of a freaking bus, out of his handcuffs, gets a knife, kills the guy, escapes for 3 days. I don't hear shit about the search. It wasn't nothing like the dude we were looking for. Who was the guy that they just caught? The husband and wife. What did they do? I can't even remember. They were on a run. It was on every day. We were hunting them. People were finding them. I can't even remember that case. Somebody probably put it in the comments. Let me go down to my new comments, see if somebody knows who I'm talking about. But anyway, this case I didn't hear shit about until he killed 5 people and then shot himself. And I'm just like, and the people he shot they were kids. It's just freaking bullshit. Look at this little kid. Nobody's talking about that. He stole an AR next door. If we could only had signs that you can't steal ARs, then kids would be safe. If we only had signs breaking into someone's home and stealing illegal, this kid would be alive. I mean, that's the argument they do when let's go after the gun manufacturer and it's a gun fault. It's just stupid. But these little kids are just freaking 11 years old. He murdered them all. And they're not saying whether he choked, strangled, shot, killed. He's not saying stole their truck. Mark Collins, 66. Evidently, Pat knows this guy. He was a long-term customer of Pat, for those that know Pat. Look at these two boys. Dead. Didn't hear shit. Won't hear shit. It was a mistake. We don't know how he got the knife. We don't know how he got his handcuffs. We don't know how he was gone for 3 days and he got in the house and killed those people. We only know that when we got called, we went to the house and the people were dead. Man, I want to give up my gun so you guys can protect me. This is what it looks like when you don't have a gun to defend yourself. This is what it looks like when you don't have a gun and you think government will protect you. That's what people don't get, is all this evidence on unarmed people being victims of either government incompetence, or criminals that government can't keep shit from. Remember, we had a drug on war for how many years, decades? How's that war on drugs working out? How long? How many signs we got for no drug zones? Drugs can't do it. We got a wide open border. They're bringing enough fentanyl to kill every person in the United States. Every person they're bringing enough to kill. I think it's 0.007% of not even an ounce, of a gram. 0.007 of a gram of fentanyl to kill you. Okay? 0.007. They're bringing over ounces and pounds of this shit. Enough to kill every human being in the whole country. What are we at now? 330 million in this country? Something like that? We got enough fentanyl coming across our border, controlled by the government, where the government's protecting us, where the government's telling us safe, where the government with guns is telling us we don't need guns. 200,000 a month coming across Texas border. Fentanyl, drugs, child rapists, sexual offenders, terrorists, people planning to kill the president. All this shit. But government's protecting us. We should trust government. We should give government our guns because they care about us. Are you freaking kidding me? This is a horrible case. Piece of shit should have been dead in the first damn place. He was already in there for some freaking capital crime. I think it was murder or something. Somebody said he was illegal. I don't know if that's true. That's the truck he stole from the people after he killed them. Oh, look, he's got tattoos. Rick, just because somebody has tattoos doesn't make them. I'm just telling you, a lot of people that do bad shit got tattoos. You can hate on me because you got a tattoo and you're not bad. But the facts are, a lot of people doing bad shit got tattoos. Rick, you're a tattooist. It's not fair. I have a tattoo and I'm a good guy. Whatever. All right. Where are we at here? Let me go down. Amazing how many Americans thinks prohibition. Well, that was another failed government thing that they tried to control, and they finally gave up. But you know what they haven't given up on? Guns. They've been after guns from day one, and they have not given up. Fentanyl is about everything out there now. He's a pic of an axe murder. He's a picture of an axe murder. You can track Amazon. No, I can't. I pulled him up. It doesn't give us tracking until they get like within 3 or 4 stops. And I've been checking, and it's not giving me my map like it normally does. Normally it says he's 4 stops away, 3 stops. I've been checking all that. See, let's see. Still arriving today by 10 p.m. Last time the freaking piece of shit Amazon delivered something, he pulled 5 feet in front of my box, turned up his damn music so loud that I could hear it inside my house, and I'm like 600 feet from the roadway, and I could hear his freaking music going in his Amazon truck for like 15 minutes. So what they do, because they hire diversity is our strength people at Amazon, because they're so hip and cool and PC, they come out here, they deliver, they park after they deliver, they waste time, and then they get overtime, or they don't want the deliveries not done, so they agree to pay them overtime, and that's why they take longer. So what do? They screw off. Great job, Amazon. You do everything. I mean, Amazon does a lot of things good, but their drivers are shit. Between 300, that's not 3 million, 300,000 and 1.6 million successfully defensive. used of firearms each year. Oh, between 300,000 and 1.6 million successfully use a firearm each year. Really? Never gets any media. Yeah, I got to do a video on that woman that shot that dude with a pistol, like the pussy-ass cops that said, actually, it wasn't a pussy-ass cops. It was actually Tatum. Man, he had a rifle. They were outgunned. They only had pistols, even though he didn't know they only had pistols. This woman, a woman, not trained, no vest, no shield, no 18 people backing her up. She pulled her pistol and shot a guy with a rifle and killed him. Shocking. Somebody go ask Tatum to explain that. Somebody who watches him, just ask him, how can a woman with no training and no backup pull out a pistol and stop a guy with a rifle? And yet you think because the cops didn't have rifles, they did the right thing by staying outside and letting kids get slaughtered. And I still don't believe they didn't have rifles. But let's just say he was right and they didn't have rifles. It's still freaking a bullshit argument when a freaking untrained woman with a gun can pull out her gun and stop a guy with a rifle. And you're telling me 18 cops can't do it with their guns, and they got bulletproof vests, helmets, and they had shields. And I think they had long guns. But we won't know that because that'll make them look worse. Live from Walmart, Virginia Beach. What? Fentanyl's population control. Really? Well, I tell you what, it's taken down quite a few cops. I mean, can you imagine? You know what will happen? If somebody drives through a school zone with a bag of fentanyl and tosses it in the air or just throws it and it gets on a bunch of kids or people. Because, I mean, if that shit gets in the air, everybody in the air, I mean, that's like a weapon of mass destruction. I mean, literally, if you put a bag of fentanyl with something to blow it up underneath it and it blew up, it's killing everybody that the dust lands on. They're done. They're ODing almost immediately as it gets on your skin. I mean, that's some badass shit. And until somebody uses that at a school, fentanyl or the border will remain a non-issue because they don't care. And they don't care about the guns. They don't care about the drugs. They don't care about the sex offenders, the gangs. They don't care about anything. But they'll tell you, if you give us the gun because we care and we want to keep you safe and we want to protect you as the government, but we have to get those mean high-capacity mags because you might use those against us, is what they really want to say. Or they want to say, black people are killing too many people, killing other black people, and we don't want to say black people shouldn't have guns, even though they're the biggest problem with guns, because we'll sound racist. So we will just say it's the gun's fault. Got it. Perfect. Pedophilia, devil worshiping. I'm so sick of freaking Republicans calling themselves Republicans. It's just bullshit. You know, Dems let their party get taken over by left-wing, radical, crazy maniacs, and we're letting ours get taken over by freaking wannabe left-wing, want to get along, pussy-ass, pink panty, pink shirt, wearing rainbow flag underneath their freaking shirt because they don't want to show anybody with a fucking rainbow tattoo, and they're coming around, I'm a Republican, and yeah, I'm for you. Shut up, you freaking turncoat pussies. There goes my freaking friendly video. I just blew it. They just did a big bust in Mexico, over 10 tons. Oh, my God. Let me see if I was right on how much it takes. How much? 10. I always misspell fentanyl. What's fentanyl? F-E-N-Y-N-A-L. Is that right? Fent. F-E-N-T-A-N-Y-L. I always misspell that damn word. If I was doing warrants all the time, you know, I'd get it. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal, depending on the person's size. 2 milligrams. That's 1/1,000,000th of a grams. That is some freaking deadly ass shit. Can you imagine if some idiot across the border of the cartel starts saying, hey, we want you guys to attack the police stations or the border patrol that's hitting us. So we're going to give you a bag of fentanyl because it seems like they're getting it for free. I mean, this shit, they're giving out like candy because they're losing tons of this shit in seizures, and it's still getting through by the tons. So it's not like this shit is hard to get. Can you imagine if the cartel tells their freaking people to start walking into police departments, cause a disturbance, pull out a gun, have 50 cops come by, and then just throw a cup full of fentanyl in the air and kill everybody in there? I mean, until that happens, they're not going to care about the fentanyl or the drugs because then it starts hurting government. See, until the problem affects government, they don't care. They'll tell you they care. These dead kids don't affect government. The only way it affects government is maybe people lost confidence. Maybe people will take their kids out of school, which they should have done. Maybe people will start realizing that government's incompetent. That's about the only way this really hurt them. But otherwise, big deal. They can only use that to get the guns. So until it hurts government, which guns do, because it makes them nervous. When government's nervous, you have freedom. When pesky citizens are nervous, you have tyranny. I would venture to say, if you ask most people right now whether they think the government is scared of the people or the people are scared of the government, I'm thinking most people are going to say there's more people scared of the government than there is that the government's scared of the people. But the government will never say that, because fear is what gets them their power. Creating and selling that fear to the unknown, the unwilling, the ignorant, the less educated, the fools that are waiting for government to save them. That's how they're allowed to sell their lies. Wow, 2 milligrams. Deadly. Holy shit. Yeah. Open that border. We need to open the border, because I don't want to be called a racist, and we should let more people in so I can be called, a nice guy. Fucking idiots. Hospitals kill 250 a year. I know. Well, you know who's not going to kill anybody? The doctor who had that dude and wouldn't take his calls or tried to charge him a lot of money or whatever. He was in pain, and a doctor kind of said, hey, deal with it. He ain't going to be hurting nobody. The doctor that tried to help him, he ain't hurt nobody. The nurse that tried to help the doctors, she ain't hurt nobody. Because that dude went in a hospital and took out 4 or 5 people before he took himself out. And that's why government loses in Japanese war. When they were doing a kamikaze and crashing their planes into us, you can't defeat that. If somebody's willing to die for their cause, there is not a good defense. If somebody wants to get the president and they're willing to die, they're a much harder resource to keep away. That's why, if you don't understand how the Secret Service works, there's planned and there's unplanned stops. And on planned stops, there's all kind of things that kind of has to go in place a lot more than the unplanned stop. Because on the unplanned stop, you have to play the odds. What are the odds that somebody wanted to kill him, planned to kill him, and is going to take a shot at him in a place that he wasn't even planned to be there, and he just stops? And I talk about where we were going. Reagan went in that hospital one time on unstop, and I was kind of like, what the fuck, man? Why are we stopping? It's unscheduled. And we just had to circle around and kind of look for people that looked out of place. Because as the word spread, we didn't want some crazy, what, the president's here, and come running down. So those are easier to defend and keep somebody safe. But scheduled stops, because everybody knows, now the odds of somebody knowing, I know he's going to be here. Now I can plan, I can set up, I can hide guns, I can hide explosives, I can get my people together, we can cause a distraction. Now I can plan better because I know the scheduled stop. So, yeah, again, if it doesn't affect government, they don't give a shit. I don't even know how the hell I got on that conversation. What the hell I was talking about. 10 tons can solve a street rat problem. What's clan FIDA? I don't even know what the clanifa? I don't know what the hell that is. What? What the hell is that? Crop dust. You know what? They probably could. Maybe the government's throwing up fentanyl. That would be a great way. I mean, can you imagine some Muslim getting a bunch of freaking fentanyl, putting it in one of those damn planes, takes one flying lesson, same guys that took one flying lessons and crashed all the planes in 9/11. So some Muslim will take fentanyl, load it into a crop dusting plane, and he'll fly over a Jewish community and take out a bunch of people. Then fentanyl might be a problem. Then we would say, but you know what? Fentanyl's not the problem. It's those high capacity mags and those mean assault rifles that shoot as fast as what the government has. And now the government, we still get to keep ours because we need them, but you people don't need them. Tell me why you need them. Tell me why the government needs them. You got fucking 15 people. You don't even have a duty to act. You don't even have to show up to crime. Why do you need an AR-15? Oh, Rick, you just hate the government because they slept with your wife. Whatever. Freaking crazy people. Fentanyl's been used. Yeah, but That's a paper tiger argument. Come on. I always love people that come with these smart, knowledgeable things that like, let me shed some light on you people. Of course, prescription drugs, they use methamphetamine. Pilots have been taking methamphetamine in the Air Force for years when they're flying long missions. It's called a stimulant. They don't call it methamphetamine, but it's basically methamphetamine. You can go get methamphetamine from a doctor, but it's controlled, it's regulated, it's made at the right dosage. It's in a pill. It's not in a bag of powder. Really? You're going to come here and try to be smart? You realize I'm really smart, and the fentanyl has been used in hospitals. You must not know what you're talking about. Shut up, you freaking! I'll to block you just for being stupid. All right. Tardiness. What is government weird stuff in cat poop causes tapapapalasalas? So folks are sick. I don't know what they're talking about. I know they tell pregnant women to stay away from cat poop. Normal practice, wear hazmat suits when working with it. Well, see, that's the problem with cops. I mean, I've had a couple buddies that they were like, dude, man, I'm searching around a car, come across white powder. Oh, I'm at an hour. I got to end this thing. I can't be last. Alexa, thank you, darling.
Anytime.
Alexa,
Literally.
that means stop, you crazy woman. Alexa, stop. Damn woman, don't listen. All right, World War I started. Unplanned stop. Drugs are coming to the U.S. should be treated like terror. I know it is. We justify. I mean, think about this for a second. We justified sending U.S. troops into South America to bomb and blow up drug cartels and drug operations that we knew because they were deemed a national threat or a security threat to national interests. So we justified sending U.S. troops that didn't wear insignia, that were not supposed to be there. We crossed in another country, and they went and did bombing missions in another country. This is all verifiable. And they blew up drug places in other countries. And now our government opens the border and allows them to bring it through and tells us there's not a problem. I mean, I've never seen a government intentionally try to sabotage their own country like our government is. And I've never seen people that don't stand up against the government that's intentionally trying to sabotage the country, which inevitably will lead to your kids ain't going to have a country. You're not going to have freedoms. Your grandkids aren't going to have freedoms. You're literally destroying the future of every child or parent on this earth by not getting a hold of this out of control, incompetent, crazy ass government. And people are like, oh, Rick, you just don't like the government because they slept with your wife. All right, I got to get out of here. I'm here for an hour. I said I got to keep these an hour. I have people complaining that when I go over an hour, they won't watch it because it's too long. I think the most drug radical lefties. Yeah, they are all high. All right, I got to get out of here, people. I've been here an hour. Hope everybody has a good night. My freaking package ain't here. Freaking Amazon, you piece of crap. Death by government is called democide. What the hell is perverting? I don't know what that is. See you guys later. Good night, everybody. U.S. government, clear and present danger. Yeah, that was a movie. Yeah, I think they made a movie about it. But, I mean, there was worse shit than that the government did. I mean, there's a movie. I can't think of the name of the damn movie. It's on either Amazon or Netflix right now. Shit. It's a dude with the CIA, and he gets some young female FBI agent to work with him. And they go across into Mexico, and they do some heinous shit and torture. And a buddy of mine who was involved in the shit in South America back in the day, he's like, dude, that show is probably, it looks like it's Hollywood and it's out of control, but he goes, it is pretty realistic on what went on in South America when we were down there back in the day. I can't remember the name of it. Watergate. Yeah, big deal. They broke into a freaking thing and tried to spy on a president. I won't watch you unless you do an hour. Oh, Pew Pew, where have you been? I haven't seen your stupid comments all night. Then you pop up at the end. Let's see here. I got to go. 1 hour and 4 minutes. Y'all have a good night. Sayonara. Good night, everybody. Night all. Ciao. Whatever.